morning, and welcome to another session of AircraftPost's Rousseau Report. Today we're going to be talking about the Gulfstream G650. In March 2008, Gulfstream unveiled its first clean sheet design since the G4 was introduced in 1986, the ultra-long-range Gulfstream G650. It was the largest and fastest purpose-built business jet with an unprecedented range of 7,000 nautical miles, or the ER version topped out at 7,500 nautical miles. As of April 2020, there are 413 G650s in service. The aircraft was initially offered via a lottery system, which disappointed a large number of loyal Gulfstream owners who felt that they should take priority over first-time buyers. Pricing was announced the same time as the offering, with early aircraft priced between $56 and $58 million, and from serial number 19 to serial number 52, $59.5 million, which were both subject to escalation, which brought that finished price to right about $65 million. The G650 is the first Gulfstream to have full fly-by-wire and the second business jet after the Falcon 7X to employ this flight control system. The difference between the two aircraft is the 650 uses conventional yokes, which are still mechanically connected, versus side stick controllers. Now, a lot of people are still confused by the benefits of fly-by-wire. First off, instead of the pilot being between the control cable of the yoke and aileron, fly-by-wire allows the pilot to electronically command the flight path, which provides smooth flying qualities and a feel of finesse and precision no pilot could otherwise achieve. Plus, the chance of a system failure is near zero. The G650 employs adhesive bonding in the manufacturing process that reduces the parts count by 50% compared to that of the G550 and makes for a stronger structure that enables higher pressurization values, providing a cabin altitude of 4,100 feet at a 45,000 foot flying altitude or 4,850 feet at 51,000 feet. And the biggest plus for Gulfstream is that the fuselage is more cost-effective to produce. The aircraft retains the signature oval windows as previous models with a couple exceptions. The G650 has 8 windows on each side, and they're 16% larger and 3.5 inches higher than those on previous Gulfstreams. What this translates to on the inside is that the crew rest area and forward lavatory each have a window, and the forward galley also incorporates a window on each side. Another improvement incorporated in the G650 is the new wing is simple. No leading edge devices, clean and efficient, with a 36-degree sweep for greater efficiency at high speeds, and the winglets are canted outward, which provides a longer wingspan. As with previous Gulfstreams, all fuel is carried in the wings. Typical interior configuration is comprised of a forward crew rest area opposite a lavatory, which are located just aft of the entry door. The forward galley is next and includes a right-hand side galley annex, followed by the 3-zone cabin with a single club on each side, a mid-cabin conference grouping opposite a credenza, and dual divans in the aft cabin with a 4-foot-long aft lab and spacious aft baggage area. Although the actual length of the cabin seating area of 26.5 feet is near identical to the G550, the 650 has a 52-inch long galley, a 52-inch long galley annex, an 80-inch long crew rest area, and a 51-inch forward lav, which are some of the longest in class. By virtue of its new oval fuselage, the 650 provides 6 foot 4 inches of headroom and 8 feet 5 inches of width compared to the 550's 6 foot 1 inch and 7 foot 3 inch, respectively. For a more realistic view, we transition to actual in-service aircraft, and you can see the crew rest area directly across from the forward lavatory. The galley on the right side of the photo and galley annex directly across, revealing the window which adds significant light to the work surface. Next, we have the forward cabin, detailing one of 2 standard 26-inch LCD bulkhead monitors and the 4 single seats in a club arrangement, followed by the conference group mid-cabin, opposite a credenza with a 32-inch pop-up monitor, and then the 2 opposing divans in the aft cabin, where we have the second 26-inch monitor, which is part of the standard equipment, and lastly, the 4-foot-long aft lavatory. The standard cabin configuration can be changed by replacing the mid-cabin credenza with 2 single seats or replacing the second divan in the aft cabin with a single seat. Further, the 3-zone configuration can be converted to 4 zones. However, in most cases, you sacrifice a crew rest area, a shorter galley, or a shorter length 4th zone, and that's the main reason we find the majority of 650s have a 3-zone cabin. As with previous Gulfstreams, other than the new G500 and 600, power is provided by Rolls-Royce with the BR725 engines. These share the same core as the BR710s found on the G5 and G550. However, the 725s have a larger fan, deliver more thrust, operate 17% quieter, have no midlife inspection requirement, and a 10,000-hour overhaul interval. Now think about this last statistic. If you fly 500 hours per year, you wouldn't face the overhaul requirement for 20 years. This is a good economic reason to buy into corporate care at the onset, because if you waited for 10 years or 5,000 hours, the buy-in at that time could be cost prohibitive. As previously mentioned, the standard G650 has a range of 7,000 nautical miles, and the ER variant, or extended range version, can log 7,500 nautical miles, which equates to about a 15-hour mission, and this is all accomplished with 8 passengers at 0.85 Mach. Unlike other aircraft, you don't need to pull the power back to achieve this range, because by design, the range curve is virtually flat from 0.78 to 0.85 Mach. Push the throttles to full power, and you'll achieve a 5,000 nautical mile range at 0.9 Mach. Now, before we address the G650 market, let's take a quick look at the value curve for a 2015 year model. In 2015, due to high demand and limited availability, the aircraft traded at a premium of $71 million, which was about $5 million more than you could purchase a new one. 5 years hence, 2015 650s are selling for $41 million, which yields a 42% market depreciation, or $30 million in just 5 years. Now let's take a look at the current market for the G650. As of April 2020, there are 16 available aircraft on the market. Asking prices are ranging from $33.2 to $59.9 million. The absorption rate is 24 months. Now this compares to a year ago where we only saw 9 aircraft on the market, and the low end of the price range was right about $43 million, or $10 million more. When we go to recent sales, over the last 6 months, we've seen 4 pre-owned trades ranging in selling price from $41.2 to $59 million, with an average market time of just under 1 year. Ask prices for these 4 aircraft range from $46 million to $49.9 million. Now, if we look at the competition for the G650, it's clearly Bombardier's Global 7500. How do the 2 aircraft compare? Well, as in most cases, you're going to have pluses and minuses on each side. First off, the Global 7000 series has a cabin height of 6 feet 2 inches, a cabin width overall of 7 feet 11 inches, whereas the Gulfstream G650 has a 6 foot 3 inch cabin height and 8 feet 2 inches of cabin width. The trade-off? The Global 7000 series offers a 4-zone cabin, and in each zone you have 9 feet of cabin length. The G650, if you do add the 4 zones, the first 3 zones will equate to about 8 feet 4 inches, and then the 4th zone, we're going to squeeze that down a little bit to 6 feet 6 inches. The overall length of the Global 7000 series is 36 feet with the 4-zone cabin. The Gulfstream G650 with 3 zones is 26 feet 8 inches. Now, first off, the question would be, how many zones do we need? Well, clearly we need 4 zones because Gulfstream is in development for the next iteration of the 600 series, the G700, which will feature 4-zone cabin, as well as a little bit more range. It should be noted that as of April 2020, Bombardier had delivered roughly 15 Global 7500s into service, versus Gulfstream's 413 G650s. How large of a market is there for $65 to $70 million aircraft? Do we as an industry continue to have a requirement to travel 7,000 miles nonstop? Or will we see a resurgence in the mid-size markets due to a shorter mission requirement? As of 3 weeks ago, the IMF announced that we were officially in a global recession. Add to this the CV-19 pandemic, and there's a good chance that the dynamics of our industry could be changed forever. Only time will tell. From all of us at Aircraft Post, we wish you good health and continued safety. Until next time, I'm Dennis Rousseau with Aircraft Post's The Rousseau Report. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next time.